Hello. This is a podcast. Welcome back, guys, to the second episode of Stuck in the Elevator with your host, Ella Collinson. My MacBook is not turning on. Hold on. Not that I use it really for anything, it's just a great prop. I have to put my password in. I don't know if we're gonna need her, but she's a great prop to sit here. But pretend there's something really important on my screen, and that's why she's sitting here. Okay. I felt like my last podcast was good but unorganized, and so today we are starting a little more of a organized structure to my podcast. I also want to try podcasting 2 times a week, and this is coming out. I don't know. It's Friday. Happy Friday. It's Friday. But my last podcast went out on a Sunday, so it's not very consistent. But in college, I do not have class on Wednesdays. So I definitely want to do a podcast on Wednesdays, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do like a weekend podcast as well. So we'll just see when the time comes. I think I'm moving in 23 days, T minus 23 days, till we're back in Madison, back in the good old 53706. I think that's the zip code. So really exciting. But today we are going to have a little more organized structure, like I said earlier. So I'm going to start off with just like my life update, how everything's going. I feel like that's a good thing. And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty, into the main event, the meat and potatoes, which today is I'm going to be talking about college essentials for you incoming freshmen that might be listening, or, any college student, anyone interested in what you should bring, what I wish I would have brought, and maybe some things you could leave behind. And then I love sports. I love everything sports. And so I might get into a little sports debrief about what's going on. Hopefully it's accurate. Hopefully you enjoy that as well. And then a little quick goodbye at the end. So without further ado, let's get into the pod. Okay, life update. I'm trying to think. I had work all this week. I didn't have work today because it's raining. Thank goodness it's raining because we need rain here in western Wisconsin. It's been really dry. The lawn is looking a little brown as I look out my window, but that's okay. It's been really hot this week. It was like 90 degrees every single day except today. On Wednesday, it was so hot and I had to work all day. And I laid in the sun, trying to catch a tan, UV8. Got to take advantage while you can, right? And I think that just like took a lot out of me and I got a little too burnt, I think. I do put sunscreen on, but it's like, I want a little color. I want a little extra redness cuz it'll turn to chocolate before you know it, sweet thing. So, I was sitting there tanning and then I had to work like 4 more hours. I got home and I normally do take naps after work just because like the heat, I feel like it just drains me, right? And so I was taking a nap and I woke up and I felt horrible. Like I felt so weird and like I was just like when you wake up from naps in general, like I feel like you're kind of sweaty, your hair is like sticking to your face. You're kind of uncomfortable, but I was just like really warm and I was just like tired. My head was kind of aching. And I think I had like a little bit of heat exhaustion. And yeah, that was like not fun at all. But otherwise, work's going good. I'm a lifeguard. I don't think I said that earlier, but I work at a summer camp as a lifeguard. So a lot of long, hot days outside, but you know, gotta enjoy it while you can because we've been praying for days like this back in January when I was walking to class in -10 and my poor Uggs were just like filled with snow. So, praying for times like these. What else has been going on in my life? Oh, I want a new digital camera. What you are being recorded on is like I don't even know what kind of camera. It's a Canon, but I want like a Canon digital camera, but I'm not willing to drop literally a band for the G7X. And I want like they are like, "Oh, well Canon has dupes for the G7X that are also Canon." And they're like good, but they're $300 still. So I'm trying to haggle on Depop. There's some, I'm getting okay, like 180, 180. Not for like I want the Canon. I think it's the Canon ELPH 360, but I can't find one for lower than 300 and I really don't want to spend $300 on a digital camera, but I think a digital camera is really worth the money because I love how pictures turn out on a digital camera just because they like smooth you out. They make you kind of glow. They make the background look epic. And I really want that. And I really like right now I have a Nikon Coolpix. I don't know the number, but I really like it. And I really like Nikon cameras, but I don't know, I kind of want to adventure and try something new because I dropped my Nikon on the floor at a football game last fall. I was wearing the bibs, like the Badger bib or whatever, and it was in the front pocket and it just like fell out. And it fell on the floor really hard and the screen just like is like really broken. It's like I want to say like 2/3 of the screen is kind of like blacked out. This camera still works fine, but I think it's like starting it doesn't light as well. Like I don't know if the flash doesn't work quite as well, or like the pictures come out kind of dark and I always just have to like brighten them up with camera, which is fine, but I would like if they just like came out and I didn't have to edit them so much. So that's why I need a new camera. I spent like almost $200 on that one. I got that one off Amazon and it was used. I remember when it came, everything was in Japanese. So I had to like change all the settings to English. And yeah, so I need a new camera. Like desperately need a new camera. But I don't want to drop $300. So I don't know. I'm seeing TikToks and everyone's like they'll go to like a thrift store or I don't know where they're finding it and they'll find a Canon and it'll be like $12.99. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like how can I find that?" I feel like I wish my parents had like an old camera and they low-key might. I just got to dig in my house, but also I feel like they just don't. So, we'll see what happens there, but there's so many things I also need to buy for like my apartment and just like college in general, as we'll get into here in 1 second, but I don't know if I can like also drop like a couple hundred on a digital camera. It's like so inconvenient, but we will see. We will see. Otherwise, I think I'm doing well. Last day of July. Tomorrow's the first day of August. August is a weird month because it's like the end of summer, kind of, but also not because like summer's not over yet. It's not over until it's over. Okay, well, that's enough about my life, I guess. So let's get into what I'm making this podcast about today, the main event, which is college essentials for you incoming freshmen listening. Okay, I made a list because I knew I'd forget stuff and I wanted to hit. Well, I actually just made a list like 15 minutes ago, and these were just the things I thought of. And I was like, you know what? This is a good enough list. I think there are 7 things that I think you definitely need for your dorm or for in college. Okay, for this list, I'm basing it off of my college experience, which was a double dorm. So it was me and one roommate living in basically a shoebox with a big light on top. And I didn't have a bathroom. I had to walk down the hall to go to the bathroom. Um, so yeah, big dorm in kind of the busier part of campus. So that is what all of this is based off of. So if you have a suite style dorm or maybe a quieter location or your own room or your own bathroom, these things might not apply, but they are still good things to know. Okay, my first thing on my dorm essentials list, top of the list, I don't know if it's Wazoo or Woozoo. I think it's Woozoo because I'm staring at it right now. It's right there. I still use it in my house. My Woozoo fan. I don't have the fanciest one, but I have one, and I think it's 6 settings or 5 settings. My roommate had like the 12 setting one. Get the Woozoo fan. I know it's like $40 or whatever. Get it. Get the Woozoo because not only do the dorms, my dorm had AC. They get hot, they get stuffy, and it's just like a good like noise thing for at night. It's like white noise at night. We both always had our fans at full blast and it was so nice because in the winter you can't crack open a window to get circulation. Like there's only one way to circulate air and it's with a fan. So, and if you like to sleep cold, perfect. Get the Woozoo fan. Okay? I love mine. I don't know how I would have done college with just like a cheap little fan. Get the Woozoo. She's so nice. I would turn her on, but she's really loud and I don't want to. Okay. Get the Wuzu fan. It like it was so good. Like when I say white noise too, because like since I was in a busier part of campus, ambulances would go by. Just people being loud outside. There was a building literally being built right next to my dorm the whole time I lived there. So it was perfect for when they started construction at like 7 a.m. Didn't hear it. I would wake up. Fan. Great. Okay. Next thing is also kind of related to bed, and it is a tray. It's like I think I got mine from Pottery Barn, but they definitely have them on Amazon. It like hooked onto the edge of my bed. and I could put my phone in it, I put my Apple Watch in it, I put my AirPods in it, all to charge. And there was like charging ports on the side. It was perfect. So like I love to use the phone before I go to bed. It's probably not the best habit, but you know, who doesn't just love to scroll before they go to bed? Me, I love it. So I could just like put my phone right behind me, and it was in this tray, and they had like ports that you could charge things in. It was so nice. Highly recommend. You didn't have to like reach your phone down to like the ledge your bed was by, or like trust that it would just like stay next to you on your bed. And then you didn't have to like run a long charger up your bed because my bed was fully lofted. So like there wasn't really like a spot I could just like set it on a nightstand. There was no nightstand, and there was just like no room for that either. So it just hooked onto the edge of my bed. It was so nice. Okay. Third thing, alternative lighting. Grunge, not grunge, but alternative lighting in the sense where it's like you barely have to turn on like the main light in your room because that thing is just like straight out of a psych ward. It's so fluorescent and it's so gaudy and it's just white and it's terrible lighting. It's also so bright. We did have a dimmer on ours, but I don't know. We barely turn it on because we had like fairy lights or like LED lights or even just like a warm lamp setting, like anything that's more like orange toned, yellow toned instead of white. It just made everything feel cozier too. But it was just great because it was like you really don't need that much light. And so you could just like turn on the fairy lights or turn on your lamp. Bang. Your room had light. Didn't have to turn on that god awful fluorescent light in the middle of your room. Never needed. So that is also something I recommend. Fourth thing is a mini vacuum. I think this was the most perfect thing because we vacuumed our dorm like, especially though when like once like you're bringing things in with your shoes like sand from outside in the winter, or like if you have popcorn you need to clean up popcorn, or I don't know, just like fuzz from clothes, things get on the floor, and it just really helps like make your dorm feel a little cleaner if you can vacuum it. I had this just like little mini vacuum. My mom had it. I don't know where she got it, but I just recommend a little vacuum because your dorm is so small. Like, I don't know, a big vacuum might be a little quicker, but it's so inconvenient. Dorms usually have a vacuum you can borrow, but it was so nice to just be able to use it when you needed to because at least on the weekends, there would be like a waiting list to rent like the vacuum with your Whisk card or whatever. You would like give them your Whisk card, and then you would like bring it all the way up the elevator and into your room, and it's so clunky and big, so you have to move everything to just vacuum everything. Never had to do that. Just used my mini vacuum, ran it along the carpet, ran it along our area rug, bada bing, bada boom, 5 minutes later, clean. Get the mini vacuum, get a little, it was so tiny. You can just empty the little chamber into your garbage can. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, next thing is laundry related. Do not get Tide Pods. Oh my gosh. I thought Tide Pods would be so much easier than detergent. I don't know why, but I got Tide Pods. And I don't know if it's something just with the laundry machines they have there. The washing machines are just like not great quality. So my clothes, like, I would use Tide Pods and my clothes just like never felt clean. They just felt like they kind of got washed and they like smelled okay. I was like, maybe I'm not using enough Tide Pods. So I started just like increasing slowly the Tide Pod in my laundry load. It was like a full load of laundry, so I was like, I started with like two. You know, it's a bigger load. I'm gonna put two in. They don't feel very clean. Let me put four in. I was putting like 6 to 8 Tide Pods in every single load of laundry, and it was not like they just didn't smell good. And then like I would have just Tide Pod wrappers stuck to my clothes, and it even like stuck to my Lululemon scuba. I was so mad. I have this like red Lululemon funnel neck scuba. I pull it out of the wash and it's just got this Tide Pod crusted onto it, and it's like detergent stained. So mad. Just get the detergent. It's like it was so much better, but I would say keep your detergent with you because I remember being in the laundry room and there people just like leave their detergent on the washing machine, and this girl like looked at me one day and she's like, "Is this yours?" And it was just like a big bottle of detergent. I was like, "No." She's like, "Okay." So she just used it. So if you don't want strangers just like taking your detergent, just keep it in your laundry bin. Do whatever, okay? Don't use Tide Pods though. I would not recommend. Okay, my next point, actually last point, is an ID thing for on the back of your phone. I took mine off, but it's like a sticky little wallet you can just slip a couple cards into and put it on your phone. Put your ID in there. This is really kind of feel like Wisconsin specific, but I feel like a lot of schools are probably like this for dorms. I constantly needed my WIS card like everywhere to get in your dorms, the dining hall were the two main things, but it's like those are the two things you're mostly at. The gym as well. But to get in my dorm, I think I had to scan my WIS card like 4 times. I'm trying to think. Okay, so if I'm walking into my dorm, I have to initially scan on the exterior to open the first door, and then I'm in like the little like in between like the first door and second door of an entryway. I have to scan it again to get into the second door. Then I'm walking into my dorm. You have to scan it to open the door to get to the elevator bay. Then you had to scan it again to call the elevator from outside the elevator. And then once you stepped into the elevator, you had to scan it again to pick your floor. So I was constantly scanning my WIS card to get in my dorm. And then when you go to the dining hall, most of the dining halls, you had to like hand someone your WIS card to scan it. But some of them, you could just like swipe it yourself. But it was so easy if you just had it in your phone, pull it out, give it to them, or like pull it out, scan it, and not have to like rummage through a wallet or something. Although, and also, like losing it is like the worst thing. Do not want to lose your WIS card because you'll get like posted up on the Snapchat story if someone finds it, or just like you can't like do a lot of things. Like you need to do your laundry, you need to go eat, you need to go to the gym. Like, trust me, you're gonna want to have your WIS card on you at all times. And so having it just on a pocket on the back of your phone is so much nicer than having it in like a wallet or like a keychain and rummaging to get it. All you had to do was put your phone up to the thing because like who isn't just carrying their phone? I'm just carrying my phone. So I'm just gonna like stick it to the door. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It was so much easier than trying to like rummage through my wallet, especially when it's cold, because my fingers are like frozen and I'm carrying other things. And you know what? You just like hope someone is in front of you holding the door for you because like you were not able to like rummage through the wallet and get it in. So get the thing for the back of your phone. I I took mine off just because like I didn't need it really anymore, and I don't think I'll need it as much for my apartment. But like this is the same phone case it was on. There was a little sticky residue, and I just like took like a eyeglass cleaning wipe and wiped it off. Done, done, done. Totally fine. It didn't wreck my phone case. So they have them for cheap at the bookstore, but I'm sure you could get anything you want on Amazon, any color you want, whatever. So get the thing for the back of your phone. Okay. Those are my essentials that I think you need for your dorm. Here are some things that I wish I would have brought, slash what I wish I would do, slash what I'm going to buy or do for this coming semester. First thing, iPad. I want an iPad to take notes so bad. Not only does it like save you on buying notebooks and keeping track of notebooks, but also just like bringing notebooks everywhere. Like I had a heavy backpack because I like had big notebooks for class because I'm like constantly taking notes in a lot of classes. And you know, an iPad is just like you can take as many notes as you want on one thing and you can just keep it all in one spot and it's like so much more easy, so much more convenient. Also, for iPads, a lot of professors, I'm thinking math specific, would have guided notes. So if you had an iPad, you could like download their guided notes off Canvas, and all you need to do is like fill in the blank for things. And questions for problems would just be there. Like, you know how much it sucks when you have a word problem in math and you're like, gonna want to remember how to do the specific word problem later because it like has specific keywords. But it's like you can't write down this 3 sentence word problem and like follow along with the professor still. Like it's so much easier if it's just there already. So people who had iPads, not me, I had to do the whole writing thing. Or yeah, just get the iPad. It's so much easier for guided notes or keeping your notes in one spot. And yeah, life is digitalized, bro. I like writing though. So it's like I'm gonna get a pencil and like write still. Cause like typing on the laptop, I guess you could do, but can't draw things out. You know, there's something about the memory. They say that, right? That like if you write things down, you'll remember it better. Let me get that iPad. I don't think you need a special iPad like a iPad Air or my friend though, she has a mega iPad. Her iPad's like bigger than her freaking computer screen. It's huge iPad. So I don't think you need that, but I love to see it. She would play Hay Day on it. Hey, of course, do that too. Okay, next thing is a tote instead of a backpack. I'm actually on the fence about this, but so many girls had tote bags, specifically a Longchamp bag. And I think I want one, but I'm worried they were like so 2025 or so freshman, fall, and spring that there's something new coming and that I'm not going to know what. But I kind of want one. I'm actually between a Longchamp and like a Coach tote because the Coach is like so grown up. She's so professional. She's so chic and leather and batty. So I don't know. I kind of want that too. And I don't know. Everyone just had a tote. And I feel like if I just have like laptop, iPad, water bottle, something else, it's not going to be that heavy. But I've heard Longchamps are nice because you can like stuff a bunch of stuff in it and just like zip it shut. Versus a Coach bag, I don't know if you can do as much. But like a Longchamp bag is like, I don't know what it's made of. So a Coach might be like a little more durable. So I don't know. I kind of want a tote though instead of a backpack. I got a nice backpack, and I tore through both of the water bottle holders on the sides. I don't know if I like would stick pencils in them and then they would just like tear, or my water bottle had like sharp edges and it would just like, so now I can't put a water bottle in there because it falls through. It happened to me like so many times. I was walking down Bascom Hill and my water bottle would just fall out and just like start rolling, and it was like mortifying. It's like 9:45 in the morning and I'm like trekking it down Bascom Hill and my water bottle just goes flying. Great, perfect. What a way to start my morning. Then I had to run after it. So, whatever. But I kind of want a tote. So get a tote if you're on the fence. I would say tote over backpack right now. That's what everyone's doing. Okay, this is more of a tip than an item, but just bring less clothes. I have a lot of clothes, and I'm a person who's like, I have nothing to wear. I'm going to buy something new. Like, I love clothes. I love wearing clothes. I love having a lot of clothes. But in college, it's a pain to have a lot of clothes. Really look through what you have and be like, am I going to wear this? Like, I know you want to like dress cute and like, you know, look presentable for class, not just always sweatshirt, sweatpants. Sometimes, you want a little jean moment. You want a little cute top. You want a little, cool shoe. But think about how much you're actually going to do that. If you're actually going to wear stuff like that on the daily, on the weekly, have your lounge outfits in there, but really work hard to be a fashion icon in college, then you do that. But if you don't think you're going to do that once you get there, that's one, very fair. And two, don't like force yourself, because moving all those hangers through your closet, especially if all you get is like a little wardrobe. My apartment next year is a walk-in closet, so I think I have a little more leeway in bringing more clothes. But like, it's hard to like store all those clothes. And think about, you need like so many things. Like, you need clothes like for working out. You need like pajamas. You need sweatshirts take up a lot of space. So really consider what sweatshirts you're going to wear and what sweatshirts you think you're going to wear, and just leave them home. And if you're like, "Dang, I really wish I had that." You can bring it for second semester or have your parents bring it for parents weekend. So yeah, really try to figure out what you're going to wear every single day. Like, what would you wear in high school, or what are your favorite things to wear? Or just get basics. If you want new clothes and you're like, I really want a new wardrobe for college, get basics where it's like you can constantly mix and match and you have infinite outfit options with just a few great basic pieces. Because you really don't need a ton of elevated or statement pieces, because you're really not going to wear them all that often. So just bring what you think you're going to bring. Okay, my last thing on things I wish I would have brought, I did bring raincoat and rain boots. I did not have an umbrella. Bring an umbrella. I wish I had an umbrella for, it didn't rain like all that often, but for all the times it rained, I really wish I had one, because a raincoat and rain boots only go so far. They kind of keep your feet dry and you dry, but what you want to keep dry is this puppy right here. You want to keep that backpack dry. How are you going to do that if your raincoat doesn't go over the backpack? Unless you got a poncho situation where you can like put it over your backpack, but that kind of looks funny. So like, get the umbrella. They're pretty compact. They're pretty cheap. I can't remember the times it rained. Plus, if you have an umbrella, you really don't need the coat, because sometimes it rains and it's so hot out and you're wearing this raincoat and you're just dying because you got your hood up, but it's like 75 degrees. It's like a warm rain, and you wish you could have just like stuck an umbrella over your head, and your backpack's staying dry. Your feet are also staying dry kind of with the umbrella, just like don't step in puddles. But I still have a pair of rain boots. And I liked wearing my rain boots to the gym, because then like my shoes didn't get all like gross before I would run. So Just get the umbrella. It'll keep your backpack dry. It'll keep everything dry. So yeah, that'll do it with my college essentials slash things I want. I think that's a pretty good list. My camera is gonna stop recording here in like 5 seconds. Actually, no, 5 minutes. So I'm gonna cut this part of the video. Okay, I like had to stop my camera for a second because my video it was gonna like stop recording because it only has a 30-minute max. But it's like flashing red, battery low, battery low, battery low. So I really gotta get through this quick because imagine I record all this and I look at my camera and it's dead. The SIM card will still come out, so it'll be fine. But I hope it records for like 3 more minutes because there's not much left. Keep listening. There's not much left. Okay, I want to do just a little sports debrief. I think this will be more popular once like college football, college basketball, and this like NFL, NBA ramps back up. So during the year, I'll talk everything sports, but I love football, so I'll probably mainly do football. But right now, what do we got? We've got Brewers. I like the Brewers. I don't know where they are in the standings. They're probably one below the Dodgers, so I just can't pass those damn Dodgers, but that's okay. What else is big in sports news? Oh, LeBron went to Philly. That was really surprising to me. I thought he would go to like Golden State, California, like stay in Cali. Some people thought Miami or like back to Cleveland. So that was surprising news. But I feel like baseball is really the only sports going on right now. The Brewers need another pitcher. Mizorowski can only do so much. He needs a co-pilot. He needs a partner in crime to help him, pitch him to success because he can't pitch every game. I don't know. My dad told me they only can pitch like every 5 games, every fourth word. They only can do so much. So we need another pitcher. We need to just like get someone from Japan, like Shohei Ohtani, too. Because Shohei Ohtani is the only pitcher in the MLB who both pitches and bats. Isn't that crazy? But he might be hurt right now. But I don't got much sports to talk about. The Brewers are the only thing going on, but let's go Brewers. Let's go Brewers. World Series bound or whatever. Okay. Well, I think that's all I've got to talk about today. But we might have a dream guest on my podcast. Oh, next episode. So we might have a guest star. So tune in for that. But thank you for watching Stuck in the Elevator with Ella Collinson. This was so fun. I'm actually boiling right now, so I'm going to turn on my Wuzu. But goodbye.